Dear students, greetings for the day. Today we will study about drawing human body. Objectives: middle dot to learn about body proportions and drawing 10-head mechanical figure. Middle dot to understand how to flesh out a mechanical figure. Middle dot to add facial features and hairstyles to the fashion figure. Middle dot to learn drawing head in different views. There are many types of human figure. No person can have a perfect figure. Some are fat, tall, thin, short and stout. The designers need to understand each body and figure and design garments for each figure, highlighting the good areas of the body and camouflaging the liabilities of the body. There are 4 basic ways to balance out of proportion figures. 1. Redesign the problem area. For example, a dark skirt with vertical panel lines will create the illusion of a slimmer line for heavy hips. 2. Build up a too small part so as to balance a normal or too large part. For example, shoulder pads raise and widen thin, sloping shoulders to create a better balance with a heavier lower half. 3. Draw attention away from a figure fault by accentuating a good point. For example, a large collar which frames the face draws the eye up and away from heavy hips. 4. Conceal the figure fault. Large hips and legs are not as conspicuous under a full, long skirt as they are under a short, tight skirt. Head mechanical figure. Although the human figure, imperfect when we look at a fashion figure, it is a stylized, exaggerated artistic representation of fashion and the figure. A human figure would be about 8 heads long. However, when we look at a fashion figure, it's usually 10 or even 12 heads long. The legs of the figure are lengthened to make it more appealing and fashionable. The following are the steps to drawing a 10-head mechanical fashion figure. 1. Axis. Draw a straight vertical line on the center of the page. This line is known as the axis of the figure. It divides the figure perfectly in half to 10 heads. Divide the axis on the following points to make the divisions into 10 heads. Body divisions. Torso A. Level 1.5. Square out 2 cm on both sides for the shoulder and pit of neck. B. Level 2. Square out 1.7 cm on both sides for the bust line. C. Level 3. Square out 1.1 cm for the waistline. D. Level 3.5. Square out 1.7 cm for the hip line. E. Level 4. Mark the crotch level. F. Join the points from 2-4 to create the torso. Legs. A. Take the midpoints from the diagonal line joining the hip to the crotch and draw 2 parallel lines until level 10 for the leg. B. Level 6.25. Square out 1 cm on each parallel line for the knee. Level C. Level 9. Square out 0.5 on each parallel line for the ankle. Level D. Level 10. Square out 0.7 on each parallel line for the foot. T. Join the points to create the leg. arms and hands. A. Mark the midpoint between the shoulder and bust level and indicate it with a circle. This is for the arm joint. B. Draw a straight line from the arm joint to level 5 for the hands. C. Mark level 3 as the elbow line. D. Level 4 as the wrist. T. Level 5 as the tip of the fingers. Neck and head. A. Mark 0.5 on either side of the pit of the neck and draw vertical lines until level 1 for the neck. B. Mark the chin a little below level 1. C. Starting from level 0, draw an egg-shaped oval with 3 cm as the width for the head. Fleshing out fashion figure. 1. Bust. Start off by drawing an upward-facing C-shaped curve starting from the tip of the bust line. 2. Waist. Draw an inward curve slightly within the mechanical figure. 3. Hip. Draw an outward curve slightly outside the hip line. Continue the curve with a straight line till the crotch. Level 4. Crotch. Widen the crotch point on either sides. 5. Bikini line. Draw inward-shaped curves from the widened crotch to the hip. Shape the waistline with a lower curve. 6. Outer thighs. Continue the hip line with a slightly out-shaped curve. 7. Inner thigh. Start curving a line from the widened crotch point touching the mechanical line and then going slightly inward. 8. Knee. Indicate the knee with a slight bulge. 9. Outer calf. An outer curve from the mechanical line. 10. Inner calf. Begin with an outer curve which slowly turns into an inward curve. 11. Ankle. Indicate the ankle with a slight bulge on either side of the leg. 12. Feet. Follow the lines till the 10th level. 13. Neck. The neck should be straight when it begins and the slowly curved. 14. Outer arm. Curve out the shoulder and continue into the outer arm curve. 15. Inner arm. The inner arm is a straight line till the elbow and then follow the mechanical line. Facial features are the focal point of your illustration and the first thing that is going to be looked at. Faces, hands and feet are not the most important part of a fashion drawing, but can spoil the overall effect if badly drawn. If you have trouble with these features, the only way to get better is to practice. You may develop shorthand ways of representing faces, feet and hands which you can be drawn quickly and efficiently, and keep them very light and understated so that they don't attract attention. Faces in fashion figures are exaggerated just like the body proportions. The faces usually have sharper features, defined makeup and tailored hairstyle. Eyes. Middle dot. Draw an almond shape. Middle dot. Shape the lower line with an inner curve. Middle dot. Draw the eyelid parallel to the upper line and finish it with a curved eyelash. Middle dot. Continue to draw 2-3 more eyelashes in the same direction. Middle dot. Draw the eyeball. Only one half of the eyeball can be seen. Middle dot. Add the pupil to the center of the iris and diagonal lines around it. Middle dot. Add detailing with shadows. Nose. Middle dot. Draw a center line. Middle dot. Draw 3 circles, 1 big one and 2 on either sides. Middle dot. Draw 3 lines leading to the center. Middle dot. Add the requires curves and shadows. Mouth. Middle dot. Made up of 2 parts, the smaller upper lip and the fleshier lower lip. Drawing the head. To finish the figure, draw the head oval and place the features in correct proportion. The vertical divisions. 1. Mark the hairline on the center vertical line about 1/8 the length of the head. 2. Divide the remainder into thirds. The upper third represents the eyebrow line, the next third the tip of the nose. 3. Rule a horizontal line lightly across the center of the head. This represents the position of the lower eyelids. 4. To mark the parting of the lips and the indentation of the chin, divide the lower third of the head into thirds. The horizontal divisions. 1. At the eyebrow line, rule a horizontal line 2/3 of the head length in width. Complete the head shape with an egg-shaped oval, rounded on the top, tapered at the chin. Draw a smooth curve from the center of the top to the eyebrow level and stop. Then indent the slightly at the temples and stop. Next, curve the line outward slightly at the cheekbones, then inward to the chin. 2. On the horizontal line across the center of the head, mark off 5 spaces, 3 of them equal. The width of the eyes equals the space between. The 2 spaces at the temples are slightly narrower. 3. Draw eyebrows slightly heavier at the inner ends, with a slight rise at the outer ends. 4. Draw the upper eyelids and the pupils of the eyes on the horizontal line marking the center of the head. 5. Mark the tip of the nose with diagonal lines tilting slightly upwards. 6. Draw the upper lip above the point marking the center of the mouth and the lower lip below. 7. Indicate the position of ears. They should be the same length as from the eyebrow to the tip of the nose. 8. Hair can be drawn according to the style planned. Front facial view. The face gives us important fashion information because it is usually the first part of a drawing we look at. It indicates age, style and image. The face should suit the clothing. A natural hairstyle and soft features with little makeup suits a casual look, while an elegant hairstyle and more defined made-up features are suited to sophisticated evening wear. The hairline is on level 1. The eyes are on level 3. They are almond-shaped, with one eye's width between them. The eyebrow curves from the inner corner of the eye to the outer corner. Draw eyebrows with an upward flicking motion to indicate the individual hairs. Eye for eyebrow pencil is used. Brows may be shown as a smooth line. Shading in the eye socket and highlighting on the brow bone gives depth to the eyes. Profile facial view. The true profile is when only one side of the face can be seen. Turned side on, the head is still egg-shaped but built to fit diagonally into a square. The features are aligned horizontally as in the front view, but in profile they are drawn quite differently from the front view. Eyes are in the middle of the head. The eye is wedge-shaped. The pupil faces forward and the eyebrow arches up from the inside edge of the brow bone. The ear is positioned below the center line and slightly to the back. Keep the internal ear structure simple to avoid attracting too much attention to it. The nose begins below the center line and finishes in line with the ear. Lips protrude from below the nose. In profile, they are simple wedge shapes, with the top lip usually more prominent than the lower lip. The profile hairline curves the hairline at level 1, down of the face, behind the ear and onto the neck. Three-quarter facial view. These facial views are somewhere between the full front view and the profile view. The head follows contour, tilts up and down. As the head tilts up, the facial features move up the face, exposing their underneath surfaces and the lower chin and neck areas. As the face moves down, the features move down the face, showing their upper surfaces and more of the forehead and head. Hair is drawn in 3 stages, starting as always the basic shapes. Begin with the egg-shaped head, and draw the hair over that shape. Middle dot. The steps for drawing hair are: middle dot 1. Draw in a basic silhouette hair shape. Middle dot 2. Draw in the large clusters or locks of hair as they grow out away from the scalp. With shading, light and dark line work, show partings, curls, waves, braiding, ties, etc. Hair is usually darker near the hairline and highlighted on top. Middle dot 3. Fill in the fine, wispy hair around the face, ears, back of neck and over the head to soften the finished look. Middle dot. Hair is thicker at the root and finer at the tip, so use your pencil in a flicking motion to achieve this effect. A rounded, feathery line captures the growth and movement of hair far more than heavy, flat shading. Middle dot. Hair and makeup are part of the overall fashion look and should tie in with clothing and accessory details. Keep up to date with changing trends and use them in your drawings to greatly contribute to your fashion statement.